Hello everyone, welcome to my Musical Solutions Masterclass, and we're continuing with the Mozart's Violin Concerto number 4 in D major. This is the first movement Allegro, and we're now going to talk about the Cadenza by Joseph Joachim. So if you are playing that Cadenza, please join us. So here is the beginning of the Cadenza, and you may have the edition that I have. It is the international edition, edited by Joseph Joachim. So we have some fingerings you may choose to do or do different ones, but I love this cadenza. It's very expressive, so let's dive right in. Okay, so we have a lot of shifting. I've actually gone to second position here, so I can play with stronger fingers rather than fourth finger. So then I shift here, just like in this edition. Another shift. So we have the D major arpeggio here. So I hope you're aware of that's what it's based on. So we have to make sure we have our D major scale and arpeggios in our fingers and ears. And then I shift here. Down, up, down, up, down. So we end down bow. So that's ends kind of gentle, in my opinion. Take a little bit extra time. The composer Joachim writes diminuendo there as well, from forte to piano. So that's just one way to do it, but it's a beautiful, beautiful tapering off. So we have the D up there, nice and gentle. Then we have to shift down. So what position are we in? Oh boy, this is first, third, fifth, seventh, 8, 9, 10, 11th position. Oh my goodness, 11th position. So then we go down to, I believe, 7th position. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It doesn't really matter the number, but we are starting the high A with the third finger. So I start with the third finger, and it says delicamente, so make sure it's beautiful and delicate. I would practice it separate, of course, and make sure that you're listening to the half steps. So that's why I shift here down to 3 for that last G sharp. So then G9. So it's like these little fragments from the main themes, right? Then we go down to first position. I actually, just like in the exposition and other parts of the movement, I separate this pickup. So I have more espressivo. It's marked espressivo already. So make sure that practice that until it's beautiful and smooth and in tune. So different ways you can practice. It's just one string at a time. So in my calculations, this is measure, let's see, 215, 16, 17, 217 if you go from the very beginning of the movement. So when we have those sixths. But I always repeat things if I have a difficult passage, especially double stops. I'll play each one twice. And then go backwards. So that's one way to practice double stops. Another way is to go play just on one string, like I said, but fingering both. Then you can do the top note. Okay, so those are like one of my favorite exercises for double stops. and then eventually you're gonna start slurring it. So you can slur just 2 and go back until you get comfortable. Okay, and then we have so we have that second theme, but we have a double stop, like a little afterthought, right? So I break this chord in half. Apologies for being a little out of tune here. So make sure you tune that. That's an A major chord, right? Because we have C sharp, E, A, down to A. If you misplace the top A, it's an A major arpeggio. Okay, then we have this little segment. Shift to third position. So as you can see, it says calando there. You may have that addition, which means to calm down, to relax. So it goes into a minor. So from the major, then minor. So make sure you're listening to all the harmonies changing, going on. Measure 220. So we have now in a different key. D minor, we've gone to D minor. But now we've gone actually diminished A, right? So from minor, D minor. B flat major, yes? If you can find that key, we're in B flat major for a moment. So the same thing here with the double stops. Now be careful here. Again, you can practice just one voice at a time. Now here's a big jump. So we have to not only be able to hit that note correctly with the left hand, but also hear it. I usually make sure that the students can hear the note. So we have that D. Measure 222. I would practice just jumping. It's in fifth position, so it's not too far above the bout of the violin. And just prepare that note and practice jumping, just that note. So just prepare. Don't play until you have placed the finger, because the finger usually knows. But if you just throw the finger with the bow, you'll most likely miss it. But if you give the left hand a chance to land and then use the bow, then you'll be much better off. So I don't know if you have the same fingerings, but I start in fifth position, down to 3, third position, stay, down. Now here is another theme. If you can see that theme in measure 224, that is the upper voice. That's our theme also. That was attached, kind of attached to the second theme, right? So that motive. But here it's not easy because we have, and we're actually going, but you can practice them separately, so I definitely would advise that. Practice all that. Okay, so we have that theme on the bottom, and then we have the upper, which should be nice and light, short. Make sure your fingers are nice and flexible, but not too far above the string. Actually, it's not going to be above the string because we have to play on 2 strings. So what we're doing is we're actually getting off the E string as we're playing the lower notes. So, right? So we go, I get off the E string and back onto strings. So our staccato, in this case the shortness of the top, is only because we're getting off that string, of the E string. So we're continuing on the A string. That's all connected with a little space. So we have to practice double stops. We have a lot of double stops to figure out, but also separately the two melodies. Okay, so let's stop at this point and we're going to continue in a minute on the next section.